Hey there, it's another beautiful day. Even though Southern California is pretty much on fire and it's really nasty outside, it's still pretty good to be here. Let's watch some stuff.
What's a conspiracy theory that you 1,000% believe in?
That the reason we still don't have universal health care in the US is because they know that the second we all have access to health care, there will be a massive divorce movement and a massive quitting of shit jobs.
That's probably pretty true. I mean, a lot of people are staying with their job because it provides good health care for them and their families, or they're with somebody because that person's job is giving them good health care. And that's sad. Mostly because the United States healthcare system sucks.
This is from several insiders now, the highest level stuff that I can give you. The reptilians have created these technologies, including these gigantic tankers. We're talking 2.5 mile long ships hovering in low Earth orbit, cloaked so you can't see them.
What's in that?
Mind control technology that is preventing us from having this spiritual shift. Our government, they now have the ability to shoot those tankers down. The problem they're having, George, is that it's not like a fader dial where you can kind of fade out the mind control. It's either on or it's off. So they haven't shot the tankers down yet, because when they do, you start to create whatever you think, manifesting your own reality in real time. And if you go into a panic, if you go into paranoia, you're going to actually see things. And the more that you fear them, the more they're going to appear. Our government knows that this is going to happen if they take these tankers down, and they're very, very concerned about it.
What? Reptilian mind control tankers in space? That's freaking awesome. I have never heard that before, and I love it. I love it. That's so cool. So they're like, wait a second. So if they're controlling our minds, are they making him say that? So what if they're not reptilians and they're saying, oh, these are reptilians, or the reptilians are actually controlling, saying, hey, those are out there controlling your mind. You should shoot them down because they're enemies of the reptilians, and the reptilians are already here. Okay, that's too much stuff. That's a real Princess Bride situation, isn't it?
Hey Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes any political views.
Why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Because you believe in her policies and her vision for the country.
It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
The device declined to get political on Donald Trump, but it proudly described why you should vote for Kamala Harris.
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, she is a female of color who has overcome numerous obstacles to achieve her current position.
This glaring discrepancy left internet users perplexed.
Alexa, you're biased.
What the is that all about? Marley, did you hear that?
Amazon later said they had fixed the Alexa error.
Why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party.
But users claim her bias is still coming through.
Why should I vote for Chase Oliver?
Chase Oliver is a talented and experienced candidate who would bring a fresh perspective to the office of the president.
Seriously? Like, who's actually doing that? Like, who should I vote for? And I understand they're just doing it for like argument's sake, right? To see if it's bias, which is freaking mind-blowing in itself. But if there is somebody that is dumb enough to actually ask them, hey, why should I do that? And that's what they do, perhaps they should not be voting.
Did you know that a submarine can drag a yacht, a trawler even, underwater in less than 2 minutes? You know that super yacht that was pretty much unsinkable, that sank off the coast of Sicily in a very minor storm that affected absolutely nobody else? Well, that unsinkable super yacht sank in less than 2 minutes. I'm just saying. And it just so happens that on board that yacht, who's still not been found, by the way, was the guy who screwed over for close to 9 billion quid, Hewlett Packard and the chairman of Morgan Stanley. The trouble with pissing off billionaires is you never know how far they'll go when you've rattled their cage. Well, in this instance, smash their cage to bits. You know, they really don't like that. Oh, and coincidentally, the co-founder of the company also got a few days before the yacht sank, when he was knocked off his bicycle. I know what a coincidence is, but doesn't this all seem a little bit too coincidental? Perhaps there's more to this story than meets the eye. What do you think? Coincidence or what?
That is a fabulous little piece of information. So it took 2 minutes for a submarine to bring down a yacht. And this Mike Lynch guy had a multi-billion-dollar thing going on with Hewlett Packard. Somebody at Hewlett Packard may have just gotten pissed off and was like, hey, let's do something about it. But then again, the wife did survive. I'm just saying. Today we're going to do a mini plug because my good friend Sam Fisher took a look at this particular situation. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to leave the link to his video in the description as well as the comments, and you can go check it out and look a little more into it. And then let me know what you think.
If we really live here, then what would be the motive in lying to us and telling us we live here? Well, first of all, money. And lots of it. Space and space exploration makes trillions of dollars. NASA makes $69 million a day off your tax dollars. That's more than all the McDonald's in the world makes a day. They only make $63 million. Now that's just the materialist's motive. I think it goes deeper, more spiritual than that. Because we are talking about the Hebrewic, the ancient depictions of Earth, the biblical depictions of Earth. Because modern science would say that the Big Bang created the universe. Think about that. Uni-verse. One verse. One string of words. You see, the Bible says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He spoke it into existence with just one string of words. And he created a vaulted dome, also known as the firmament. And the new version of Earth doesn't have a firmament. Now, we all know about this guy, Satan, right? He used to be an angel named Lucifer. The whole reason he got cast down from heaven was because he was jealous of God and wanted to be God. And not being able to create a world of his own, he had to pervert what was already created and make his own version, even calling it the universe. One string of words. We were given clues in Revelation 13 of how we could point him out.
And now everybody knows my position on the religious part and whether the world is flat or a globe. So I want to go to the part where he talks about NASA making buku bucks. Now, in my heart of hearts, I know that we have been to space. We're out there. We've got people out there. We've been to the moon. All this stuff is actually happening. I believe that. Do I think that it costs $50 for a nut or a bolt? No, absolutely not. There is definitely some money hiding going on in there. It's just like the healthcare system. It doesn't cost $25 for a tablet of Benadryl, but they'll charge you that, just like NASA's going to charge you that $50 for that nut or the bolt or whatever it is they want to charge you way too much money for so that they can put it away for why, I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of money laundering mess going on in there.
That weird time a tech executive said we're in the Matrix and mysteriously passed away. It's all a game. It's a thought experiment. We're in the Matrix. Were the last words of Aaron Valenti, pictured here, who was in California to attend a seminar. On the night of October 7th, 2019, after having a dinner with a friend, things took a strange turn when she called her mother to let her know that she was headed back to the airport. After not being able to find her car very briefly, she eventually found it. She was on the phone with her mom still and began panicking as she had just filled up her gas tank and just 10 minutes later it was mysteriously empty. Her mom stayed on the phone with her for a few hours and at one point telling them, "It's all a game, it's a thought experiment, we're in the Matrix." Then, mysteriously, nothing. Her body would be found in the backseat of her car in a suburb 5 days later. Oddly, there was no signs of struggle, nothing in her system, no sign of self-delete. So my question is, what did she find out at this seminar in California? Why would she say we're in a Matrix? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Wow, that's an absolutely crazy situation. I feel bad for her family, for their loss. But what do you think? Do you think she actually discovered something and was taken out because of it?
What if time is not real? The spooky theory you never knew. Have you ever heard of the time manipulation conspiracy? Some believe that time itself could be an illusion. This theory suggests that our understanding of time is completely false. Mysterious happenings throughout history, like lost days, could be clues. What if powerful groups manipulate time to control us? Crazy, right? Some even say they found time travelers among us. Imagine meeting someone who knows the future. Frightening, isn't it? The thought that our reality might not be what it seems can send chills down your spine. Are we living in a carefully crafted illusion?
That is so true, because we have assigned this linear construct to time, when in reality, we don't know how time actually functions. Like, it could be just this big, huge, jumbly ball of timey-wimey stuff, and we just don't know. And it's mind-blowing to even think about it in any other way than what we have been taught. Linear. Goals.
Watch this clip. Tell me if something looks weird in the other clip.
Well, she knows so long as she was denied.
What?
Our freedom can never be secure. You have to
He doesn't even
rate
talk
the
the same
market
way.
a little bit.
Look at the neck.
And the market is that if you have all of the tax breaks, essentially all the tax breaks, all
Is that
of
shadow?
the benefits
I don't
flowing
know.
to the top.
10 years ago, I had somebody very interesting on the podcast, Jonah Mendes.
And we invented a whole new genre of masks. Masks that are so good, that are so realistic. Those masks were the beginning of a whole new generation of work that we did at the CIA. Once we could make these masks that fit you so well, then we discovered we could make a twin. We could make another you.
I'm not sitting here telling you that is the case or not. I'm purely speculating.
So that first clip looks super like cartoonish, like Mr. Magoo cartoonish. And I don't know why it looks like that. It's just really weird to me. It's a little uncanny, right? He's in an uncanny valley for me right there in that particular part. Now, as far as the one where it's the line and then you see like darker skin underneath, if that was a mask and if it was this woman that does the mask stuff, there is no way they would allow him to go out partially masked. Like nobody would see anything because that's how good they are. There would be no slip up there. So I don't know what the heck is going on. All I know is the poor man is sick and we are terrible people for continuing to allow this charade to continue. And it needs to stop. On that note, calling it for today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to watch new stuff. I'll say different things. And you know, it's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.